Hello there, people of the universe. My name is MichSciFi, and where this video begins, a year or so ago, I was in the process of making upgrades to my Batman costume, one of which being the long-eared fabric cowl from Alter Ego Studios. I made a review of that if you want to go check it out. One of the other things that I needed to get to upgrade the costume was a new cape, because I've had two in the past. They had their strengths, but they also had, particularly the second one, they had a lot of problems. So a friend of mine suggested, why don't I make my own? To which I said, how the fuck am I going to do that? I don't know how to sew. Well, after buying a sewing machine, watching one video, well, two, one of which how to set up a sewing machine, and then the other was how to make a Batman cape, or at least start making one. We fast forward to now, and I made my own, which is what I'm wearing in these photos. In fact, I didn't just make my own. I've made two Batman capes based off Robert Pattinson's 2022 The Batman Cape, which is funny because I'm not the biggest fan of that film. This video is going to be documenting how I made the most recent commission, the second commission of a Batman Pattinson cape, and I will be cutting back to now to talk in more detail. But yeah, without further ado, let's make a Batman cape. Okay, so I'm here, my sewing machine set up. I've got the bobbin and the main thread in white because I've got the neck of the cape here. It's all pinned before hemming. And while you can't, from all the reference images that I looked at, you can't see if the hem of the neck has white, like, top stitching. Though going by where it is on the rest of the Pattinson cape, I'm going to assume that it is. Though saying that, I'm pretty sure I did find one reference image a while ago that does show it is, the hem of the neck is white. So hopefully I'm remembering that right, but that's now done. We just lift the foot and get the needles up, and then we just cut the thread and then cut the under thread. There we go. And then let's just pull the rest of the pins out, and hopefully it looks good. Oh, it does look good. Excuse me, whenever you get to where a panel of the cape joins, like there, both where my fingers are, it is, that one's neater than that one, but it is, oh, that one's perfect. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, so the cape is sewn together, the neck is created, and it is now hemmed. The next stage is creating the base, because you'll notice on my cape, I don't think you saw it in the footage, but in these pictures, you'll notice the base of the panels has these curved things called scallops. What they are basically there for is, if you look at any Batman comic, when the cape is flung outward, you see these curved sections and it creates the traditional bat wing aesthetic. However, on the Pattinson cape, those aren't actually there. It's actually just straight. So we've got to lay the cape out flat, get a ruler, lay it down, and cut them out like this. Okay, that's done. On to what is arguably, personally, not the hardest part. It's more the most fiddly and the most time consuming. Sorry, I couldn't talk then. And that is because on the Pattinson cape, as you can see in these images, I say that even though I haven't found them in editing yet, the cape has this white top stitching effect, or not effect, detail, which goes more or less around a lot of the cape. The next thing I have to do is create the neck closure. I cut out pieces of this faux leather material, specifically two pieces. One I stitch the cape to, and then I get another one, put it on top, and then basically that creates something a lot stronger. On the previous one it worked out, so I know it'll work out again. And there you have it. I really like the pyramid look it has. And all we need to do now is take the top piece, go around all four sides, and if there's any like flashings of white, which you can see just there, then I can just trim those back. But yeah, I can't believe we're nearly finished. It's insane. Okay, forgive the fact I look slightly dishevelled. I've not long since woken up. But I have sewn together the first of the 2 folds. Now, what I didn't film was yesterday, my older brother was very kind enough to put the cape on. I put the folds in place and then pinned them, because on the previous Pattinson commission, when I did that part, I put it on myself, put the folds in place, and then I had my girlfriend Lucy and my friend Laura, they pinned it in place. So this time there was no way I was able to put the folds in and then pin it while having it on. And it's handy as well because my brother is taller than me, as is the client, so it worked out. And it was nice because when he put it over his head and he stretched it slightly, it was all fine. So that was really nice. And it was really weird to see it on somebody else, and it did look cool. I had a moment where I was like, I made this. So yeah, I'll show you the first fold. Hang on, here it is. If you can see that, there you go. I will tidy up that bit of thread there, but I went bigger than the last time because on the last one I did it was fine, and then I kept adding more to it to strengthen it because I was really worried it wasn't going to be strong enough. Though the client who's had it a while now and constantly showing me videos and pictures of him wearing it out in the rain or just in normal weather, and he said it's held up fine. And it looks weird looking at the footage and being like, I made this. And then I'll show you on the other side. I've put the pins in going this way, but you'll notice I adjusted them there. Basically what I did was I sewed the first line and then took the pins out, adjusted them, because when you're going through the sewing machine, it's a bit difficult if the pins are going that way, because obviously you don't want to go over the ball bit. So I might take these out and put them in sideways, but yeah, that's it without being stitched. Oh wow, I was nervous when I was pulling it out that it wasn't going to look very good, but that looks really clean. One thing I am very excited about on future ones, because I don't know if I've mentioned, but I've still got 4 panels that I've got to sew together for a cape that's for me. But you notice here, this is the fold, right? There's a little pocket. On the Batfleck cape, the fold pocket needs to be big enough to fit the neck of a cowl. And I have got a potential method in mind for how I would make a Batfleck cape, because the only difference between the folds of a Pattinson and a Batfleck is the Batfleck needs to fit the neck of a cowl. Okay, so forgive the camera angle not being wide enough to fit my head in, but I'm just going to put it on and you can see the finished product. Okay, hang on, let me just get it into position. Ignore the neck of my t-shirt, but there you can see the folds. The fold there. There you go. And from the back, yeah, you can see the fold there. So because of the way the cape's made, you can still get some wingspan. You can see the pick stitching there, or the top stitching, sorry. And then the other side, I really like that. I'm sorry. Oh. There you go. Because that's why obviously you'd put your chest, but you can see the folds pretty defined. And yeah, for a moment I was worried that this one was too far back, but when I've pulled it forward more, yeah, you can see. And the way it sits on the shoulders, I'm really proud of that. And I love how I went above and beyond this time. Not that I didn't last time, but with it being my second time doing the top stitching, I wanted to get better because it's my second time doing this little detail, and I am really proud of how it looks. And even though you'll never see this part when you've got like the suit and everything on, I do like how it looks. But yeah, that is. And there you go. The cape is finished. I'm just here, as you can see. I'm editing the video, and I've got like little text boxes explaining what I need to say in these narration parts. Well, not narration, but other sections. You'll notice the beginning is the intro. The whole experience was truly amazing. I know it's not perfect. I know some of the top stitching was a bit skew-if. I know some of the detailing wasn't entirely one-to-one. I said all this in the video, and I'll say it again. Human error. I am getting better, and at this moment in time, on the 29th of September, I am yet to send the cape out. I am just waiting to go to the post office, get an invoice for the shipping, let the client know, and then do all that. But I truly do hope they end up happy with it, because the previous one that I made, the person in Ireland, they love it, they're enjoying it, and I am truly, truly proud to say I've not just sold one, not just sold two, I've sold three. And while the first one was a friend, she still did pay for it. She still loved it. She actually met Tyler, who played Superman in Superman and Lois, and he approved of it. So that's really quite surreal. But yeah, I can't wait to make more, either for myself, for friends, for clients, and just continue to get better. So yeah, as well as that, if anybody potentially wants to contact me about a commission, either let me know in the comments, message me on Instagram, whatever you want. But yeah, with all that in mind, thank you for watching. Be kind, be good to one another. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I'm stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm repping. I'm a living legend.